this is your first time coming across my channel, do well to hit that subscribe button and also the bell button so as to be updated when I upload more videos. Now, when you talk about linked list, it's more like, from the name linked, it's just like a collection of different data in different memory will I say stacks. Okay, now linked with in sequence. Okay, let me use that word, in sequence. So it's like block A contains data and then links to block B, and then B links to block C. So it's just like a chain. From the name linked, it's just like a connection of different blocks of memory where you have different data. Now let's go quick into this because I don't really want to waste your time. Let's hit it as fast as possible. Now, first of all, try and go through the concepts and the resources made available to you. These are videos you can actually just watch. I think I might just have to extract these links and put for you, just in case if you do not have access to this. So I really want us to get better. That's why I'm doing all this. So if you are impressed with what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button and always check on me and check on how I'm doing. So make sure also to go through the general requirements so you know what to apply. Okay, now you are to use your VI or Emacs, whichever one. These are editors, whichever one you are very familiar with, you can use that. Now GCC is also there because you can actually choose to apply them. I apply them in all my tasks. Now also you're going to create a README. Your Betty style will be in place, and then your main, your list.h, not main.h, list.h. Now this main.c has to do with these. You're going to see files you have to create, okay, where you're going to run your GCC. Now the good thing I'm going to do for you all is I'm going to put all the okay, before I say that, now once you're done going through the resources and you're about to answer the quiz, and maybe one or two of them are giving you kind of a little challenge, here are the answers. Okay, question 1, question 0, question 1, the answer is there. Question 2, and then question 3, question 4, which is the last one. Okay, so use that to check where your error or mistake is coming from. And let me just hide this. So now that we are here about to start, the first thing you do when you come here is to open your sandbox, and this is your sandbox right here. Okay, what you see here is your sandbox. So you open your sandbox before you can start running your task. Now the first thing you do when you come here, remember to always check the instruction given below the task. You are to go to this repository, and then you are to create this directory inside this repository before you start creating your README and every other file. Now the first thing you do is you come here, you have to use your CD into the directory, which is this, and then you have to create this directory using your mkdir. So you just go over to your sandbox and do your, I'm going to change this CD to mkdir. So this is how you're going to do yours, and then you hit enter. It's going to tell me that file exists because I have already created that. So all I need to do is just to do CD into the file. So once you're done creating the file using your mkdir, the directory rather, you just use your CD and then input the directory name and hit enter. And now we are in this, we've gone through this repository and we are in this directory right now. So at this point, let me just do let me clear up this so we can have a clear working sheet, and then let me do the ls. You can see the files I have here. Don't worry about the green. I'm going to tell you how you can achieve that. Now the first thing you should do after you have created this directory and you have entered into the directory using your CD is, okay, you can see the directory where we are working on right now. This is the repository and this is the directory. So right now, the first thing you do is to create your README. README is usually the first thing you do because it contains the details of every project you're working on. So you just use your vi readme.md, that is to create your README. Now at this point, you can see that I have my README already in place right here. So I have my README in place right here. So before you can start typing in your, if you're using the VAI, you have to hit the I button on your keyboard to activate insert. And then when you're done, you hit escape, then you type in shift and then colon, and then you type WQ. WQ means write and quit. It's more like save and quit, just like you can see here. But since I'm not saving, I'll just do Q, which is quit. And we have successfully created our README file. Okay. After this, the next thing to create is our list.h. List.h is where we are going to have our prototypes and the header we are working with. So you just do your vi lists. Remember to add the s, then .h, and then you hit enter. You can see where we have the structure, we have the header, and then this is the Betty, and we have the prototypes all written out here. So this is what you're going to type in for your list.h file. Okay, when you're done, you just do the normal escape shift colon WQ, which is to save and quit. And if you've done that, then you have successfully created your list.h. Now, once you have done these first two, your README and this, you are good to go to start creating these files and input the script as instructed. Okay, write a function that prints all the elements of a list underscore t list. Now you just come here, you copy this. Okay, you can see I already have it on my own. So it's either you copy it or you type it out yourself by doing vi 0-print underscore list.c, and then you hit enter. So this is the script you are going to input for this particular file. Okay, now don't worry about it, it's quite very simple. Here you have the header, here you implement your Betty. So you can see where print list, print all the elements of a linked list. So you now say at h, remember you created your h file, so here you're using h as the character, and then here the size t, s is equals to 0. But all these ones, don't really worry your head about it, just take your time to look through and then you will understand. This is where you implement the prototype, and then your script falls right inside here. Okay, so if you've done that, then you can just do your escape shift colon WQ, which is write and quit, and then you have successfully created this. So what I did in my case, I had to apply all these main main.c. You can see I have it here. So but before you do this one, now that you're done with this 0-print list, you just remember to run your Betty on it. You have to run your Betty on every file you create here. So you just do your Betty space and then you hit enter, and Betty is going to run and give you a confirmation and ask you to proceed. So we've done that. The next thing to do after this point is to create your 0main.c file. So once you create your 0main.c file, you are going to copy this from here. The code has already been given to you, so you just copy this up until this point. Okay, so it's the code runs from here, the script runs from there up until this point, so you just copy it come to your sandbox and do vi space 0-main.c and hit enter. You can see it's the same script I have here, just as it is here. So you just copy this and paste. And when you're done with this, you can now escape and then use your Shift:/WQ, which is write and quit, and you have successfully created this file. What do you do next? Now that you've created your main.c file, which is this first one, 0-main.c file, you now come here and copy this part from GCC. You copy this, and then you come here, you paste it, and then you hit enter. The moment you do that, it's going to activate these green executable files. And the moment you're done with that, the next thing to do is just to do your git add space dot, you hit your enter, then you do your git commit space -m space, you give your instruction. You can say what I did in mine, I just copied this, okay, 0 print, and just put it here. Sorry, 0 print list, 0 print list. That's exactly what I did in mine. And then you hit enter, and then when you're done, the next thing to do is to do your git push to push it to your GitHub. Okay, once you do that, you have successfully solved this task, and you can just click on check code to get all your greens, and then you move to the next one. Or you can take your time and do every of the tasks, then you now come back and start doing your check code on all of them. But I would advise you do them one at a time so you can resolve whatever issue or whatever challenge you might face. So the next thing to do is we'll go to the next one, which is list length. It says write a function that returns the number of elements in a linked list T. So this one returns the number of elements, okay, while this one is to print all the elements. So next thing you do is, remember it has its prototype here, which you're going to implement in the script. And then this is the file to create. So you just do come to your sandbox or your git bash and do your vi one-lists_len.c, and then you hit enter. So this is the script you are going to input right inside this file. Okay, remember you have to click on I first on this your VI editor to activate the insert mode, and then once you're done typing this out or copying and pasting, you now look through it, and then you do your escape Shift:/WQ, which is write and quit, and then you have successfully created this. Don't forget to also run your Betty. Always run your Betty to be sure that you place your Betty style very well without errors. Now you can see Betty says go ahead. So at this point, the next thing to do is to create the main.c file for this task, which is 1-main.c. So at this point, you just do your vi 1-main.c, and then you hit enter. So this is the script that has already been provided here. So you just copy this up until this point, okay, and then paste it in your editor, and then when you're done, you just make sure it's well arranged like this. Then you hit your escape Shift:/WQ to write and quit. And by doing that, you have successfully created your 1-main.c file. Okay, so what do you do next? You come here, copy this GCC. For every main.c file you create, this is the main.c, there's another main.c for this one. So for every main.c file you create, you have to run the GCC code given to you. So you just copy this, come here, and then paste, and then click enter to run your GCC. And there will be another pop-up of another green executable file for you. So once you're done with that, the next thing to do is you do your git add space dots, and then you hit your enter. Then the next thing you do is you do your git commit. Sorry, it is already there. Commit space -m space, then you give your instruction. So you can use this one list length. So you just type it in here, one list length. Okay, then you hit enter to commit that work to your GitHub. And then the last thing you do is you do your git push. Now this is going to push it to your GitHub. So you are going to use this process for every other step below here. And the good thing is I have the scripts already attached. So there's a document, a Google Doc document attached in the description box below. So just go there to access every script for these tasks and then learn them, look through them, and then apply them. So it's going to help you solve every task one at a time. So at this point, I really don't want to take your time. So I'm trying to do this to help everyone. I'm trying to do this to build a better network with you guys. So whatever challenge you face, you work together. If you come on my page, you could actually get answers and then move on. So when we code together, we grow together. So if you haven't subscribed, and if this video actually helped you solve this task, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Let's grow together. Okay, just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't take anything to hit that subscribe button. That is how you appreciate me. That is how you tell me thank you for all you do. So also like, and it also boosts my page visibility. And then comment also. Whatever challenge you're facing, drop it. I'm going to do well to respond. So let's do a quick rundown on what you need to do. So first thing first, when you come on this, for this task linked list, the first thing you do is you go through the resources. Yeah. And then the next thing is you answer the quiz questions. Good. And then also look through the general requirements before you can start your task. Then open your sandbox. This is your sandbox, or open your sandbox or your git bash. All right. So the next thing you do is you go to your repo. Repo is repository. Now these are the resources here, and I'm going to get the link and attach for you guys. So go to your repo. Now your repo is the repository. This is the repository you go through. Okay. And also your general requirements. These are the general requirements. Okay. These are general requirements. So the next thing you do is create the directory as instructed using the mkdir. Now you are to create this directory inside this repository. This is the directory you've been asked to create. So you're going to create this inside this repo. So now you cd into the new directory you just created. So you just do your cd into this before you can start creating. So the first thing you do after you have cd into your repository is to create the readme file. Now when you create the readme file, I have already attached the document for you guys. So you create the readme file and then you paste. You already know how to do that using your vi. Using vi, then you type in readme.md. Okay, now you also create your main.h file using vi or vim editor. Okay, after you've done that, then you can proceed to start creating these files, each and every file that you've been asked to create. So once you do that, I think we are right here now, then proceed to create every other file using the vi and input the code. The code is in the document I have in the description box right below. And for every file, when you are done, run Betty file, run your Betty on it. So that's by running Betty space the file name on every file created. Then once you're done creating the file, create the different main.c files. Okay, now after creating the different main.c files, you should also run the GCC code as given. Okay, you're going to run the codes given to you. The GCC, when I talk about the GCC, the main dot, creating the different main.c files. This is main.c file. This is main.c file. Okay, and then when I talk about the GCC code given, when you create main.c file, you have already been given a script. This is the script for your main.c. This is for this one-main.c. This is the script for it. Okay, up until this point. Then when you're done creating that file and you save it, always run the GCC code given. This, you copy and paste this and then run it. So that's what I mean by run the GCC code as given. So the next thing you do is you now do your git add, git commit, and then git push. Then go to task page and click on check your code. So once you're done doing all that, the next thing you do is you just come back to your task page and start checking all your codes, and it's going to be all green for you. So guys, if this video actually helped you solve this, I hope we made this video below 20 minutes. Oh, 23, just a little bit above. So if this video actually helped you solve the task, do well to like, and then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Guys, I love you guys. We code together, we grow together. Let's do this. Okay, just show me some love, show me some support by subscribing. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.